to tap in with you guys. I just wanted to give you a really short, encouraging word on just, you do not know the beginning from the end. You do not know the beginning from the end. Only God knows. Only God knows. So when you just decide to surrender, and not surrender as in you're not going to do any action, that you're not going to, you just kind of give up. No, that's not what I mean by surrendering. When you actually surrender, you are literally giving it to God. Like, you're just saying, look, you take the wheel, you take the reins, you are in control. Like, I'm done, right? So if you feel like you've made it through this year and we're in October and you're like, I just don't even know what I did this year. Like, I just don't even understand. Trust me, it all is going to come together. You can't, there is just no way to see it. There's just no way to see it, right? I'll give you a small example of what I'm talking about. So you guys know I've been on TikTok, or I've been on YouTube for a long time. I absolutely love it here. You guys are an amazing tribe of just people that we all help each other self-develop. We all help each other get to our goals. There's services that you guys have bought from each other. You guys have bought in some of my services. Like, we're just a really great squad. Okay. However, I didn't know that a lot of the skills that I've learned over here was going to transfer over to TikTok. And so now I do what these TikTok live engagement hosting. And a lot of people are like, Ciana, you've only been doing this for a month. Like, what? And, they're like, you're really like advanced for this. And I'm like, but I've actually been live streaming for 6 years. People don't know that I've been actually on live stream for 6 years, right? They didn't see the blood, sweat, and the tears over here on YouTube. They just see me over on TikTok doing they're called engagement lives. It pretty much helps people grow their own followers with the purpose of growing a solid community, with being able to offer services, with being able to connect with like-minded individuals. Like, there's more purpose behind it. And so but because I have so much experience talking over here, it transferred over. I didn't even realize it. People are like, you literally seem like you've been doing this forever. And I'm like, oh, it's because I'm on YouTube. Even though there's a different ecosystem over here on TikTok, it's still, you have to speak, you have to project, you have to be able to get your point across. You have to be able to, I'm obviously driving on the street right now, but you have to, have good eye contact, all that. And it's because I haven't stopped the journey with YouTube. So I'm here to tell you, like, that's just a small example of, like, you don't know. It feels like you're stagnant. It feels like you don't know what your next move is supposed to be. It feels like what you're doing right now is useless, is pointless, is valueless, right? You might feel like you've done something all year and you're like, I don't see the fruit of this. Like, what am I doing this for? But yet there's still some kind of nudge for you to keep going. You can't really quite put your finger on what the nudge is or where the nudge is coming from. And I'm telling you right now, one day it's just going to all come together. It's just going to all come together. And you're going to be like, that's why. And there's no way that it could have predicted that. There's no way that I could have guessed that was going to happen. There's no way that I would have been able to put that all together. Like, you might be getting a skill here. You might have gone through something. You might have gone through something really, really deep, right? And you're like, why did I go through that? Like, but then yet you needed to go through that so that way you get the skill to identify that problem again in the future, to not succumb to the problem. And then guess what? Because you don't succumb to the problem, you then reap the reward. You then get the opportunity. You then get the bonus at work. You then finally get the promotion at work, because you learned the hard way 2 years ago, where you got into it so bad with someone that you lost out on other opportunities. Maybe it severed friendships, maybe it severed family member friendships, connections. And then yet now 2 years later, you were faced with some other adversities, but because you went through that 2 years prior, you're like, now I know I went through it, and now I get to not go through that. And now I get to get the promotion. Now I get to start the business. Now I get to reap the reward, through getting a bonus or whatever it is. So trust and believe. Trust me when I tell you that just keep going. Don't overly think about it. Don't over question it. If you feel like you've been in a long season, like you've been in a season where it's just like, when is this going to be done? You feel like you're ready to be done with it, right? You feel like you're ready, but God to be learning something still. There's still a whole, there's a lot of like conditioning, and there's a lot of muscle building and like spiritual muscle building, not just like physical muscle building. Like there's literal skills that you need to work on before you go to the next level. And sometimes, guys, Robert, you said that that's exactly how you feel. That's okay, Robert. You're exactly where you need to be. Trust me. I'm heading to gym. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. So guys, like this is what I mean by, not stopping. Continue. Don't feel like you're all of this was for nothing. Everything I've been through was a waste of time. All this work and effort I put in is just for nothing. Trust me, it's all out of nowhere, just going to come together. And it might take you 3 years. It might be a 5-year journey. It might be a 6-year journey. Trust me. So if this year you feel like kind of stagnant, you feel like, you know, you haven't, like it's just not making sense right now, or you just feel stagnant, right? Let me take a sip. Excuse me. My throat's getting a little dry. So you might feel stagnant. You might not understand like why you are at where you're at, and you feel like you're supposed to be out of this already. You're not supposed to be out of it already. There's still time has to go by, and time has to do its work on you. Okay? At this point, I just take it one day at a time. That's a perfect way, Femme. That is a perfect way to look at it. You just take it's just moment by moment, day by day, and all you're doing is doing your best. And here, you know what I want to say about that too? Some days we're not doing our best, and like that's okay. That's okay. Not every day is going to be a 10 out of 10 on the best effort. Like it's just not. Especially if you're a woman and having a cycle. I mean, we know how that goes, right? So give yourself permission to say, okay, you know what? I did not do my best the last 3 days in a row. I've been giving subpar energy. I've been, you know, just kind of going through the motions. But you know what? For the next 4 days in a row, I am going to give it my 100%, even though I don't feel my best, even though I don't look my best, even though there's some tough things going on in my life. I'm going to still show up and just do my very best, whether it's being a mom, a dad, going to work, a friend, whatever. Like all you can do is just take each moment that comes to that you face and just do your best, even if it's as tiny as you being on the way to work and there's road rage. And instead of you getting yourself, like allowing yourself to get deeper into the road rage, you just politely slow it down and take another route. Or you literally just let the person go. And you just like take the high road, right? Like, and it's like, okay, boom, that's one moment. Another moment is at work. Maybe your boss said something that got under your skin. Instead of just shutting down the rest of the day and being quiet and just kind of like doing your work, and you're just like, okay, literally let it go through one ear and out the other, and just live in a very joyful state the rest of the day, a very thankful, joyful state. It's very hard, trust me, it's very hard for people to like be mean to you, and you just stay in this kind, like calm, neutral state, and it frustrates people. Trust me guys, trust me. Okay? So do not think that everything that you're going through is for nothing. Like everything that you're going through, everything that you've been enduring this year, all the confusion, all of the heaviness, all of the moments, trust me, all of a sudden it's just gonna bam come, and you're like, okay, this is what I was supposed to be doing. Oh, okay. Oh wow, God, I was being prepared for this journey, for this next opportunity. Oh, okay. Right? So keep your head in the game. Keep your head above water. I'm here to tell you that you're doing the right thing. Some things just came together for me. When I tell you this has been a very bizarre year, that's all I can call it. I had a hand issue for the first 6 months of the year. going through crazy pain with my hand, which was really odd. Then I got hit. Once that kind of healed, I'm like, okay, cool. Then I got hit with like a serious issue with like right here. It just was some physical stuff, you know, with that. Like I don't ever have like aches and pains and stuff like that. So I'm just like, okay, is this a part of like spending more years on the planet, you know? But I mean, it is. So that in it of itself is also a journey and a learning, right? So, you know, this year's been very bizarre, but it's been very eye-opening, and I've been proud of myself. That's another thing. You need to validate yourself. You need to validate yourself and be proud of yourself that you did not stop. You did not give up. Okay? You did not stop, and you did not give up when people were telling you should give up. When you were looking at yourself and saying, am I delusional? Should I keep going? Trust me, that small, still voice in your head that it's like, you know what? Yeah, you're on the right track. I know it's getting tough right now. Just keep going, keep going. It's all just going to come together, and you're going to be so happy that you followed the nudge. And a lot of times people don't make it to that goal or that dream, or finally have the business, or finally get the job promotion, or finally get whatever it is, because they quit. They quit on that small nudge. That nudge that's just like, you don't understand it right now, but you don't need to. You don't need to know why right now. All I need you to do is keep going. That's all you need to do, right? So there's going to be a time where, you know, you're going to be tested, where it's like, do I keep going or do I quit? And I'm here to tell you right now, keep going. You've already invested the time. You've already invested the effort. You've already invested the consistency. You've already shown yourself that you're resilient. Why stop now? There's no reason to stop. There's no reason to stop. Okay, so my message today was very simple on that, because there's some things that have happened in the month of October where I'm like, things have come full circle. And I'm like, okay, I wouldn't have predicted that that's where you would have me, God, but now it makes sense. All right, I got you. Okay. And I could not have, like when I look back a year ago, I couldn't have said I would where I'm at today, like doing what I'm doing today. I just wouldn't have been able to predict it. I would have probably predicted something else, right? So keep it going, guys. Well, this channel is a self-development channel. So it's all about health, fitness, mindfulness, wellness, and overall self-development. So in that, we do talk about the Lord. We do talk about spirituality. Because that I don't know any, that's just how I've moved and navigated in my life. So I can only encourage and inspire based on my own experience. And if you're down with that, I invite you to stay and subscribe. And if not, then I'm happy you tapped in, and, you know, wish you the best, right? So that's what we got going on when it comes to this journey called life. That's what we got going on with this journey called life. It's just, you cannot, only God can see the beginning from the end, or the end from the beginning. Only God can see the end from the beginning. And it's just not going to make sense. I mean, how many people in here, like, let's say when you were 16 years old, and then now maybe you're in your 30s, your 40s, or your 50s, and you look back and you're like, that was definitely not on my game plan. Like, I did not know that was going to happen. I didn't know that was going to happen. I couldn't have predicted that was going to happen, right? So remember, like, we have the evidence of not being able to really predict where we're going to be, right? Like, we have the evidence of that, especially if you're 30 and up. Especially if you're 30 and up, you should know by now that if something is just not going your way, that means it's working for you, because it's not meant for you. And you think because you're grown now that you have all the answers, and we just don't. We become more wise, right? And wisdom definitely helps you navigate and excel quicker and better and faster. But at the end of the day, there's just still some things that are going to happen in your life that just do not make sense. And you only will be able to put it all together when hindsight is 20/20. That's it. And when you kind of just get comfortable in that knowingness of just like, I'm not gonna be able to predict how this is gonna end. So let me just surrender to it. Let me just follow each nudge. Okay, God, I'm awake. I have my game plan for my schedule, but is there something I should be taking off my schedule? Is there something I'm supposed to be doing right now? Like, right? So that's more so what I want to encourage today, is just keep going. Now, there could be a nudge for you to stop. So maybe it could be the opposite as well, by the way. But for the sake of this conversation, just focus on the fact that if you feel like giving up, but then you know you regret it, if you gave up, then don't give up. And whatever you're doing, maybe you're going after a business venture, maybe you are aspiring to do something, maybe you've been putting in work to do something, and you just feel like, what am I doing? What is the point? Really ask yourself, look in the mirror and say, will I regret this? Am I going to regret this if I quit? And if you have any charge in your body, like if you have any feeling, any kind of heartbeat spike, any kind of blood sugar spike, any kind of blood pressure spike, any kind of anything, then you shouldn't quit. But if you look in the mirror and you say, should I keep going? Should I quit? And you literally feel peace, you feel like a sense of relief or peace in your body, then maybe you might want to reevaluate. Maybe you might want to reevaluate. Like, you know what? Maybe this is time to transition, right? So, but all in all, guys, this year for me has been more so, I keep feeling this nudge to keep doing what I'm doing, but I'm just not understanding. Like, I just don't see the fruit. God, show me the fruit. Like, you've set me up. You've given me the resources. You keep putting me in these spaces. You keep setting me up with these opportunities, but like, I'm also just not seeing like the results. So like, am I getting this wrong? And then all of a sudden, bam, it'll just come together. Okay. So I, also, if you are on this journey and you're like, Ciana, you know, you have your own website, you've been making deals on your website, you have services, you have your digital products, I would love to do that. Get in my course. I'm going to be getting with Kilo. We're going to go live sometime in the next couple of weeks. Kilo, he's also a part of our tribe. He got my course. He now has a website. He's now making sales. He now is making sales from his website that he learned how to do from my course. So get down in the description, go to embodypursuit.com and get my course. Get your, everyone, like anytime any of these apps can just turn off. So you gotta get access to everybody's email. So I actually teach you how to do that inside of the course. Right when you open up that website, you get access to a free email collecting service, a free email list service that you can collect. So go to embodypursuit.com. Let's get your website up. You can get it up in one day. If you really put in the time and the work, you dedicate one entire day for 10 hours, you can get it up in one day. I designed it to be done in a day, because I know not a lot of us don't have time. So go down in there in the description, embodypursuit.com. Okay. And that's really all that I have for you. So I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your Saturday, and we will talk soon. Bye.